So that means that we are called to make disciples, assuming that we're disciples who can then make disciples, to follow the teachings of Jesus. I want you to get this. Now, the teachings of Jesus, over the years when Christianity is formed, some almost 300 years after his death, you get these creeds, you get these words that have now become common in our churches. But you have to remember that early Jesus community never used words that we use now. They didn't have that. In fact, that early Jesus community had no doctrine. They had no creeds. They weren't walking around asking, have you been saved? Have you been born again? They haven't doing that. They were gathering together under Roman persecution, and they formed their community around eating meals together, telling stories together, building an alternative community in the midst of oppression. You see, when you decontextualize Jesus' ministry and work, you can miss a major moment and movement in his teachings. Jesus is an oppressed man talking to oppressed people under Roman oppression, and from people who did not honor the humanity of Jews. You got to get this. He's an oppressed man under Roman oppression who's speaking to other oppressed people about how to see themselves instead of seeing themselves through the lens of Roman oppression. Jesus was trying to help people like him, oppressed Jews under Roman oppression, understand that who Rome says you are is not all of who you are. That how they see you and how they label you is not who you are in God's eyes. Why? Because Jesus is an oppressed man speaking to oppressed people in oppressed times, and he wants to make sure that they get a taste of what freedom really feels like and what freedom really looks like. Now, you may be saying, if I'm oppressed, how am I free? Oh, you missed that. You see, oppression is really defined by the nature of the oppressor. But whether you feel oppressed is based on what's going on in your mind. You may. It was people during enslavement here in this country who made it clear, you can shackle my wrists, you can shackle my ankles, you can shackle my life, but you will never have power to shackle my mind. And as long as my mind is free, as long as my mind is free, I live in freedom, I walk in freedom, I talk in freedom, I move in freedom. And if you get close enough, you just might get liberated by coming in contact with my liberated mind.